In today's story, you will discover a truth many people fail to understand. Most people lose not because the world is against them, but because they lose control over what is inside them: anger, fear, ego, and impatience. But one day, life teaches a lesson that changes everything. This is the story of a young man named Ethan and his journey to self-control. Ethan was a 26-year-old carpenter who lived in a peaceful town near a river. He had great talent and worked with honesty. But there was one problem. He had no control over his anger. Even a small mistake made him furious. Even a small delay made him shout. His parents were hurt by his words. Workers left his workshop because of his anger, and slowly people started avoiding him. But Ethan never blamed himself. He always said, "People make me angry. It is their fault, not mine." One day, Ethan received a big project. A wealthy man from the city ordered an expensive wooden table from him. It was his chance to finally grow his business. Ethan worked day and night. But on the final day, one of his workers accidentally dropped a heavy tool on the table and left a scratch. Ethan burst into anger. "You ruined everything," he screamed. Without thinking, he slapped the worker and broke the finished table in rage. The worker quietly stood up, tears in his eyes, and said only one sentence before leaving. "The wood is not the only thing broken today, Ethan. You broke a person's respect." The wealthy customer heard what happened and canceled the order. Ethan lost the biggest opportunity of his life because of his anger. That evening, Ethan sat outside his workshop in silence. His father came and sat beside him. For a long time, neither of them spoke. Then his father said, "Ethan, come with me tomorrow. There is someone I want you to meet." The next day, they traveled to a monastery in the mountains, where a wise old monk lived. Ethan didn't want to go, but he had no strength left to argue. They met the monk near a lake. His presence was calm like still water. Ethan's father explained everything, then left them alone. The monk looked at Ethan and said kindly, "Anger is not your enemy. Lack of control is." Then he gave Ethan a wooden bucket filled to the brim with water. "Carry this bucket around the lake without spilling a single drop," he instructed. Ethan tried, but the path was uneven, and at every step he lost water. Frustrated, he said, "This is impossible." The monk took him to a calmer path and said, "Now breathe deeply, walk slowly. Focus, not on finishing fast, but on moving with control." This time, Ethan moved carefully. He focused on the bucket. He stayed calm, and he completed the circle without spilling a drop. The monk smiled. "See, Ethan, life is the same. Emotions are like water. We all carry them. But if you don't walk with control, you spill anger, frustration, and pain on others. You may try to justify it, but in the end, you only damage your own life." Ethan asked, "How do I control my anger?" The monk pointed to the lake and said, "When anger rises, don't react. Just pause, breathe, wait before you speak. This is not weakness. This is strength. The strongest warrior is not the one who defeats others, but the one who conquers himself." Those words struck Ethan's heart like truth. He stayed at the monastery for a week, practicing silence, patience, and control. When he returned home, he apologized to everyone he had hurt, including the worker he slapped. Slowly, his workshop became successful again, not because of his skills, but because now he worked with calm strength. He finally understood. Life does not demand perfection. It demands self-control. Self-control is not about suppressing emotions. It is about choosing your response instead of being controlled by reactions. In every difficult moment, strength is not in shouting louder, but in staying calm. See you in the next story, with new thoughts and a new lesson. Until then, stay strong, stay peaceful. Do subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.